Hey guys, it's Bia here, and today we're back with another video. I know I've made quite a lot of these, but I'm really into sleeves and I think it's really easy for people to learn sleeves. So here's some of the sleeves I've done in other videos. This is the leg of mutton sleeve. I've made the raglan sleeve, which is this one. I don't know if you guys can see very well, right here. And then the last one I've done, actually no, I have also done the kimono sleeve, but I've already packed that one away because that was the first one. And then the last one I've done was this one, which is a jumper sleeve. I like to call it relaxed sleeve because jumpers are just so comfy. Anyways, that's the last one. And if you want, the links will be in the description, and I think I can put them in the cards, or I don't know what they're called, the link at the top. So today I thought, why not make the puffy sleeve? And I'm going to use a very weird fabric I found, which is like stripy and weird, but I think we can make it work. We're going to use this fabric and we're going to turn this into the best sleeve you will ever see. Before we start with the video, I'm just going to remind you guys, if you want to, you can follow me on social media. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, you can see the projects I've been working on. This one I have not finished because I have no fabric to finish it. This is one of my projects, my beautiful moon inspired jacket, which is not done yet. And then we have this over here, which is also not finished because I do 100 billion things at once. This is a beautiful embroidery which I've been working on for ages. When I mean ages, I mean ages. So if you guys want to see the progress of my different projects, this might even include uni work and other things that I enter. You guys can see everything. And on TikTok, it's just funny. It's not just me, it's me or my sister or my cousin, and we make the most wonderful TikToks. I also make fashion related TikToks with just tips and tricks, and you can also get daily updates on there. I don't post YouTube videos every day, but I do post on those platforms every single day, especially Instagram, on both my accounts. So if you want to check it out, you're free. The things will be in the description as well for you guys to click on. As I said, we're making the puffy sleeve, so let's get on with the video. So guys, before we get started, don't forget you need your paper, your blocks, your pattern master, a pencil, and the rubber, and your fabric if you're going to make this. Let's get started. So guys, you're going to start by tracing your block on your paper. Make sure you leave an edge big enough for later around it, and try not to waste as much paper as possible. Make sure you note down your notches, and you also note down the center, so the vertical center, if that makes any sense, and also your dart if you want it for later. Next, you're going to cut it out, and you are going to use your ruler to basically split the sleeve in half through the center, the vertical center. And you're going to use your pattern master or your ruler, whatever you want, to measure from the center that you just made to the edge of the sleeve. So mine, I think it was 16.5 centimeters, and I divided it by 3 because I'm going to divide that section into 3 equal parts. I used my calculator for this because I'm not bothered doing it in my head. And now I'm splitting it in the equal parts, and I'm doing it also below, so I can then use the big ruler to make a straight line through these measurements that I just made. So I measured to that point. If you can see the point at the edge of, you have the top curve of the sleeve, and then you have that point, and that's where I measured it to. After you do this, you're going to start cutting from the top of the sleeve to the bottom. However, you don't reach the bottom, like the very end of the line. You make sure it's still connected. This is why I didn't cut out the bottom edge of the paper, so it doesn't like cut away from each other. So you do this, and afterwards you're going to get another piece of paper. Now I already did this before, I'm just doing it for the tutorial, so I already had cut mine, but I'm explaining how you guys should be doing it. So you make sure that all your edges are nice and cut out, and you stick your strips down basically, and you make sure that now the next stage is that you're going to spread them equally on the new paper, and then you're going to add extra to the top of your sleeve. This is what's going to add some of the volume at the top of the puffiness. If you want more puffiness at the top, you add more where I had that arrow at the top. And then you're going to make a line across the middle, and you're going to do your seam allowance. So after you do this, you're going to make sure your notches are noted down, and then you're going to cut your fabric. Now, I have just skipped to this part because you don't need to see how I cut fabric. And I'm going to start from the edge. Remember the pointy edge I spoke about before? We're going to sew all the way from one of those edges to the other, basically the whole curve. And I'm going to do it loosely. This is because I'm going to do a ruffle, essentially. And that's what's going to help us achieve the rough look. The ruffle look, like the puffiness look. I'm going to knot one of the sides, and then I'm going to use the other side and pull on the string so that I can create the volume. You can do this by hand or by the machine, if whatever you like, whatever you think is nicer for your project, whatever you want. And you're going to keep pulling until you get the right amount of puffiness. Now, I didn't do it fully because I knew that I still hadn't done the bodice. I hadn't sewn them together, so I don't know exactly how much this needs to be, like what's the size of this. So after I'm done with doing the bodices, now I'm just sewing the darts on the bodice. After I'm done with that, then I can make sure I have the exact size of the armhole for the bodices. Okay, and you are going to sew them together as I've always shown on the tutorials. This is the easiest part of the tutorial because you just have to essentially trace the blocks that I have in the link in the description, the PDF, and you cut them out. Essentially, you don't change them. Now, what I said before, we have the ruffled edge on the sleeve, and you're going to match it up to the exact size of the sleeve that you cut out, like of the bodice armhole, basically. And I'm just pulling the string, you know, adjusting, and I'm going to match it up. So the center of the ruffled sleeve, I'm going to match it up to the center where the two pieces join, the back and the front bodices. And I'm going to pin it, and then I'm going to make sure that I evenly spread it so that when I'm sewing it, you don't have more fabric on one side than the other. Okay? The reason why we use the pulling method before is because now when we're sewing, it's much easier to have the ruffled effect already done for you. You don't have to do it while you're sewing at the same time. And now I had some rough edges, so I had like a few strings out, so I was just, you know, pulling them out. And that's basically it. Now all I have to do is make sure that I join the bodices and the sleeve together. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure you make a knot where you had your ruffles so that nothing comes undone. Obviously it won't come undone because you already sewn it to the other fabric, but just, you know, that extra security is always needed. And cut away any excess thread. Afterwards, I'm pinning the armhole together. Obviously I have flipped everything inside out, and I'm going to do the inside stitching. At this point, I would add the dart for my arm if I wanted to, but I was not bothered because, oh my god, I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. So as I was saying, make sure you guys, you know, sew everything nicely together. And yeah, that was it. It was an easy tutorial, as you guys can see. This is the final product. Sorry about my nose. I just for some reason started sneezing, and that's how it looks like. I know this is a very ugly pattern, but you know, I'm running out of fabric here. And yeah, but I think it's a good fabric. Like in terms of thickness, it kind of shows the puffiness that you guys the desired puffiness. If you want more, I've explained already how you can do it. See, as I'm showing you right now, if I had the dart, this is how it would have looked like. It would have been tighter on my arm, but the top is really big and it gives you really wide shoulders. So if that's the look you're going for, this is how you guys can do it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I found it interesting to use a pattern because I'm used to using plain fabrics, you know, guys. So yeah, anyways, I really enjoyed making these sleeves. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want, if there's anything you're interested in seeing, I'll do it for you. Just leave it in the comments. As you can see, this is the sleeve up close. I have also made other videos on different sleeves. If you guys want to see those, I'll also leave them in the description. And that's it. That's the final product. Make sure you guys leave a like and a comment and subscribe. And please support my channel because I'm working really hard to make good content. And yeah, have a beautiful day. Bye, guys.